Hello, lovelies. I am going to be making you chocolate truffles. And once you see the ingredients, you're going to be like, why didn't I do this before? So one of the things is it does include cream cheese. So the cream cheese needs to be room temperature. So I'm setting that out right now. Give it about 20 minutes and come back to start the recipe. So I hope you guys are ready and prepared for a fun video and learn how to make chocolate truffles. So these are all the ingredients you need. The nut topping, chopped nuts, and the candy cane is optional if you want to have additional add-ins on top of the truffles. You do need 36 of the regular Oreos. This is really important because for some reason the double stuffed Oreos do not work as well. So you may run into troubles if you use those. So I recommend getting just the regular Oreos. You can get the different flavors if you want. I did get a Java chip flavor that I'm going to try and see how that tastes. But as long as they're the regular Oreos, it doesn't matter. Then you also need candy melts. You can get chocolate or vanilla. I got both because I wanted to try them out. Then you also need 8 ounces of cream cheese. These are the brands that I use. I'm not endorsing them. It's just what I use at the store. So the cream cheese has been sitting out about 20 minutes. So let's get to baking. So first things first, you want to take a cookie sheet and you want to line the cookie sheet with parchment paper. I will be sending an email with the video and with the instructions so you can follow along. I always have parchment paper at my house or wax paper, and I always have a cookie sheet. So you're going to line it with the paper and then set this aside. This will come in handy later. Then you are going to take your Oreos, and there's 2 methods you can use for this. If you have a food processor, you can chop the Oreos in there. You can also take a Ziploc bag and crush them with either a rolling pin or this handy dandy mallet. So let me get to crushing some Oreos. I also wanted to show you this new flavor that I found at the store that I'm really excited about. Java chip. So a long time ago, Starbucks had a Java chip flavored Frappuccino, and it was super delicious. They also had it in ice cream, but I think they discontinued both of those. So I'm really interested in trying these Java chip flavored Oreos and using it for my truffles. So I'm super excited. The Java chip cookies, and they smell so delicious. I'm really excited of how they're going to turn out. So I went a little Oreo crazy when I bought these. You need 36 Oreos in order to use the full recipe. It's just me and my mom, so I'm not going to make the full 36. I think I'm going to try some from each pack. That way I can taste the differences with the vanilla and the chocolate and the Java chip and the regular Oreo. You can mix it up. I'm super excited to try this. And I'm sending this to you before the tea party, so you have plenty of time to get the ingredients if you want to make it for the tea party. That is going to be this Saturday. Really looking forward to that. So, putting my cookies in the bag. I don't have a food processor, so I'm doing it this way. This is a super simple dessert to make if you have to bring like food over for a party. Not sure how in person you are right now, but or during the holidays. I make these during the holidays as a quick dessert because it takes no time at all. The fridge does most of the work, and it's only 4 ingredients. Most of the time I have Oreos and cream cheese around my house anyway. So taking my trusty and just smashing. This also allows you to get some anger out if you have kids. They would love to help. I would just say supervise them with it. Now when it is fine enough, because there is icing and you put the Oreos all in with icing and everything, you kind of want to scrape because you want all that goodness. Sometimes you still have to take a spoon and make sure that it's really is fine. You want it like crumb-like. Like so. Kind of looks like dirt. But it smells like chocolate and caffeine, which makes me excited. Because that's what the Java chip is all about. If you are doing it this way, I recommend getting a gallon size bag. I'm out of gallon size bags, but quart size will work. We'll do the trick. So that is what your Oreos should look like once you've mashed them. Once you've crushed the Oreos. So everything is crushed, and I transferred it to a bigger bowl because that was wise. And this gives plenty of time for the cream cheese. The cream cheese has to be softened. I can't stress that enough. So you want to put the cream cheese in the mixture. Now remember, if you're using a food processor, you're going to pulse this in slowly after you have pulsed your Oreos. So it is a different method, but like I said, I am going to give the instructions as well. So once it's all mixed up, it will look like that. So to roll the truffles, you have a few options. You could either do it by hand, but I don't like the feeling of dough of any kind on my hands. It's just a me thing. If you're comfortable with that, go right ahead. If not, use a 1 tablespoon to scoop them out into dough. Scoop them out into balls. And then this is where your parchment paper lined on the cookie sheet comes in. After we do that, we're going to refrigerate them for 15 minutes. If you're in a time crunch, you can always freeze them for about 10. But if you're not rushed, go ahead and refrigerate them for 15. So just going to put these on the parchment paper. If they don't want to play fair, you can always use a trusty butter knife to get them out. Sometimes things don't want to behave. Alright, after your balls are formed, so should look something like that. Bigger if you want, but they're super chocolatey. I don't advise making them bigger than a tablespoon. But that is up to you. I guess if you wanted to make like 4 giant truffles, you could. So into the fridge it's gonna go for 15 minutes, and I will see you in 15 minutes. Alright, it's been 15 minutes. Had time to put on some more lip gloss and check some emails. So I'm going to pull the truffles or the Oreo shaped balls out of the fridge, and now we're going to start the process of dipping the truffles. The truffles are out of the fridge after being in there for 15 minutes. Yeah. This was literally the smallest size. You do not have to get something that's a pound of chocolate. This was my only option. This one actually even comes with like a nifty little baking tray for like the microwave. I'm not going to use all of this chocolate because I don't have enough truffles to make sense for me to use all that chocolate. So I'm going to start out with, because there's 8 squares in here, I'm going to start off with 4 on this and 4 on the vanilla and see how well it turns out. There's different kind of candy melts that you can get, or you can also get a jar of chocolate frosting because that's a really cheap alternative. You can use the chocolate frosting to dip chocolate covered strawberries, and it has a hard shell after it does dry. I know this because I've done this before from experience, so I know it will work if you're not able to find chocolate. I didn't think about that when I was at the store. So this one has a tray. I am going to microwave it for about 15 seconds. I suggest you, if you do microwave the chocolate, do it in batches. Don't just set it in there for 2 minutes and then walk away. After each interval, you do want to stir it and then put it back in the microwave for 15 seconds until it is to the consistency that you need it. While the white chocolate is in the microwave, I'm just gonna stir this. Chocolatey. You want to make sure that it's smooth, because that's going to make it more effective for dipping. Hear my super loud microwave trying to get my attention. Okay, so that chocolate is ready. Although I did spend more on this chocolate as opposed to getting the frosting, it is very handy that I have my own serving tray to mix it up. White chocolate hasn't been in the microwave as much. Or as they say, vanilla. I know there's people that don't like white chocolate, but I feel like having a little mix of white chocolate and regular chocolate is a really nice flavor. So the white chocolate wasn't quite there, but I can show how to start dipping the truffles. So you're going to start with your pan and either pick one up barehanded or use a spoon. And you're going to make sure that you just delicately drizzle and cover it. With the chocolate. Having them in their own individual cups would help. So that's what I'm going to set it in. You want as much chocolate off of the spoon as possible because you don't want that excess. Look, little truffle. I know it doesn't look like much now, but I guarantee you it will taste amazing and you'll love it. And then I have a little bag of nuts. Just Gently sprinkle them on top. You've got one truffle. I'll make the rest. You do need to refrigerate them afterwards, if you were wondering. Yes, you do. But I'm going to finish up with the chocolate, and then I'm going to show you how to do it with the white chocolate, just in case you needed another demonstration, and pop these in the fridge. I'm going to do 8 and 8, so 8 chocolate and 8 white chocolate, because I feel like that will be even. My sister does not like white chocolate, but my mom doesn't mind, so it works out. You want to be kind of delicate with them because although they were in the fridge for 15 minutes and they are pretty firm, just don't want to be careless. You can use whatever toppings you want. Candy canes are good. I do that a lot during Christmas. So the white chocolate is done. And I like having fun with this. So there's some with strawberries, there's some with nuts. I am going to drizzle some white chocolate on these. So make it just as fun as you want it to be. And then those are the ones yet to be done. And if you have small children, kids love decorating. Especially helping in the kitchen when it's something simple that they can do. And plus, who doesn't like strawberries and chocolate? The ones with the strawberries, I actually put cinnamon and strawberries on top. So, I did a little bit of each. Some of my decorating skills are really good. And some, like that one, isn't so good. But I'm telling you, have fun with it. They come out super yummy. And I'm going to pop them in the fridge and be right back. It's been an hour. Don't they look so pretty? I'm about to eat one and show you just how delicious they are. This is one that I made with strawberries and cinnamon. It looks really delicious. I can't wait to bite into it. They have been in the fridge for an hour, so if you're not a heathen like me, I suggest you wait. Put all of that on. Really good. I recommend you try different flavors, the cinnamon and the strawberries. It's like a whole new level of yumminess. But I hope you enjoy this video. I will be sending this out before the tea party. So if you want to run out and get the things, in case you don't have them, you'll still have time to do that. So thank you for entertaining my baking abilities. And remember, you can always call your sister. Mwah. Now, I want to give you a few tips that have helped me. If your chocolate gets hard because you had to run to the door or because you got busy or it just happens, and you're freaking out wondering, okay, what am I going to do? The chocolate's hard. Pop it back in the microwave. If you warmed up the chocolate on the stove and it starts getting hard, just heat it on the stove on low for a few minutes. You're back in business.